You're listening to Only in Seattle.
And so we're going to talk about our livelihoods are, a lot of that is based upon the market doing well. And you and I are still here after the crash of '08. That was not a fun time.
No. Yeah.
But we got through it. Did you guys lose anything? Did you lose anything in the crash?
No, we didn't lose anything, and we also didn't lose any investor money. We paid, all of our investors their, and that was when we just had the Northwest Fund, and back then we were paying actually 10% to our investors, and so we paid them not only all their capital back, but they also received all of their interest that they were earned as well. So we are happy the way the fund performed through that downturn.
And by the fund performs, a lot of that has to do with the decisions that you, Brent Eley, makes on a daily basis. And you're known as somebody who takes good risks, will make the deal work if it's a make sense deal, but also isn't afraid to turn it down to not jeopardize the fund.
I appreciate that. I have a great team. The people in my team they've been with me and my partners for a long time. And so, I manage the day-to-day of the fund, but it takes all of us to kind of get through.
It's
those
like
things.
me kind of sitting here taking complete credit for this podcast.
Right.
I could do that because I'm the talking head.
Here. Yeah. Right.
Somebody listening to this might think that, Sean's just doing a great job doing all those jobs.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of them.
Right.
All I can do is sit here and talk.
Yeah.
Literally just talking head. So you guys do have a great team. You got some great people. Shannon, love working with her.
She's awesome.
People that you can look at. And Scott's really good. Scott Rarucka is really good at bringing money into your funds.
Yeah, no, Scott's a great, he's knows a lot of people. He's very active out there, well connected in the community. Yeah. And so it's been, I think all of us are able to kind of find their place and do it. And Scott's very beneficial as far as just being part of that capital raise. And he's also, is very instrumental in making decisions as far as how we underwrite and do transactions.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's got mortgage background as well.
Oh yeah. No. He's grown and built many mortgage companies. So
right.
it's the way he grew up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Seattle? Some people are thinking that it's cooling. Some people are thinking without all the foreign investor money that we're due for a downturn. But then other people that I'm kind of more in line with, they're looking at the jobs numbers coming in, and even just Facebook committed to another 5,000 or 6,000 jobs right here, 9 blocks down the road at the Spring District. There's just some monster companies already here, and they're bringing more jobs, and smaller companies are coming here because they want to poach the big companies' jobs.
Right. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm a very half glass full type of thought process in all of this, and I actually feel right now that the market is, a lot of people have been calling for cooling in a recession, and I don't see it. We were just talking a little bit ago, and people ask me well, how are sales, and and across King County. And when I look at the marketplace, I really kind of base it on, how is our portfolio performing, and meaning not how the construction's happening, but when these units come onto the market for sale. How quickly are they being absorbed and selling?
Right.
And in the last 90 days, we've probably seen some of the fastest absorption or selling of units than we've seen in the last maybe year and a half or so.
What are you attributing that to?
Well, obviously, it's jobs. Rates are down, so that's partly it. There's really good liquidity in the marketplace for mortgage financing. And that's going to drive our takeout.
And liquidity meaning there's a lot of money out there.
A lot of money. And there's, a lot of banks coming in. There's a lot of hedge funds coming in to make sure that there's lending available. Companies looking for yield, and the mortgage market is performing really well. And it's not a lot of crazy lending. The lending going on for that mortgage business right now is money into the houses, really good ratios and analyzing of the borrowers, and so there's not really that, I think, that perception that there could be a bubble as far as that side of it goes. So I'm very optimistic about this marketplace. Obviously the job component is one factor of it, but in the more in the I guess rates are the other. But, if you kind of look at our geography as well, we have mountains on one side, we have water on the other, we have limited land.
Yep.
So we're always, even if we take a step back, I don't know that we can really go that far,
We've
down.
got a supply issue.
Yeah. It's not like, Arizona where
They just
you're
keep
building
going.
on one corner and then you go
Right.
across the next corner if it doesn't work out and it's just barren land.
Dallas,
right?
you just
Yeah.
keep building.
Yeah.
Just extend your road and your utilities out further, and we'll just keep doing this.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
So we have, and we have, geopolitical type of, issues as far as being able to get through permitting processes and things like that play a part of just, our kind of our values.
Right.
But we have a long ways to go because, a normal market, you would be able to tell me better than this, but I always look at a normal market being maybe houses selling in 3 to 6 months, right?
4 to 6 months is considered normal nationwide.
And we haven't seen that for a long time, and we've
Years.
been below 3, so we have to even get
We're under-
back to
we're-
that pace before we can look at even a slowing market.
We're under 2 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Almost across the
Yeah.
board, we're under 2.
So I don't ever want to be too optimistic, but I think this has been in the last year, this is the best I've felt about the marketplace.
Okay,
And then when
that's
you talk to
interesting.
people who are working for Amazon or Microsoft, and they're in these companies, and they're like, we are so busy and we are doing so much hiring here locally, that they don't even see that they talk to their corporate world, and they have internal economists, and they're saying we don't see anything that's going to go ahead and slow things down for the foreseeable future. So,
Right.
I mean, that makes me feel good.
So if something does happen, it's going to be on a worldwide scale. It'll be the markets get rocked by something, liquidity dries up. It's going to be a worldwide thing, and we'll still keep going here because we've got as good a fundamentals as anywhere. Other areas of the country are already slowing down housing-wise.
Yeah.
But we're pretty insulated here. Like when the crash hit us, other markets had already been slow for 2 years. Other markets had started slowing, like Florida and Nevada started slowing in 2006. It didn't hit us until 2008.
Yeah, I think our economics have always been, even during recessions, that we've been kind of on the tail end and we follow the rest of the country. But we're never in it as long as anybody else.
It's the last to hit us, and we always recover the fastest.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of markets that have not recovered from the crash of 2008.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's tough for us to actually realize that. But, there are housing markets where people maybe are still underwater on their valuations, where here we've seen incredible appreciation, not only from 2008, but even over the last couple, of years. And it's very rare that we see a property I don't even know the last time we saw a property underwater. And then you kind of look at, I even think the foreclosure market in this, marketplace, which I don't really track, but, there's less product going on, on in that market as well.
It's so few and far between.
Yeah.
Because everybody can get out, they can do something with their property because they've got enough equity.
Yeah, because they can sell at the very least.
Right.
Yeah.
And get out and be okay. My dad has an appraisal company down in Oklahoma City. They've had virtually no appreciation since the crash, and he does all HUD work. HUD repos.
Yeah.
He does them all day long because they haven't had enough appreciation to get homeowners out from being upside down. So if somebody needs to move or relocate, they're upside down. They're going to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, so we can complain about the traffic and we can complain about all the construction and being able to get around, but we should be thankful and grateful that we, are in a place that has been able to make it through with flying colors, and that we have, I think, a pretty bright horizon as well.
It's a really great place to do business.
Yeah.
Because you've kind of got this thing at your back, which is this roaring economy that doesn't come around too often. I think San Francisco had it before we did. Vancouver, BC has had it before us. They have kind of similar dynamics. They're geographically constrained, and they've got tech backgrounds. Vancouver, BC's got more foreign investors. But we've got some really good things going on. And we haven't even touched on that Seattle's a pretty cool place to live.
Yeah, no, people love it. I mean, we grew up here, and so and there's a lot to do, and people are very happy to come here. There's a lot, obviously, the outdoors and the hiking and the biking and skiing and those types of things.
Raise kids.
Yeah.
get a free public education that's pretty good.
Yeah, schooling's great.
Yeah.
Which we've definitely seen a driver of families coming in and buying around, really good educational areas.
Right,
Yeah.
in the neighborhoods that have the
Yeah.
good public schools.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when our next video is out.